Yo, yiggity, yo, yiggity, yo. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm Coach Beasley, and I'm here back with an episode of Shoot Like a Girl. So this series of Shoot Like a Girl is basically highlighting women's basketball players. Specifically, what makes these players great scorers, and more specifically, great shooters. All right, and today we got Maddy Siegrist. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that way we can look at some of her stats and highlights. All right, so I'm gonna look at some of her college highlights. So here you can see basically all of her stats. She averaged 24 points a game for her career, 9 boards a game. Crazy. As a 6'1" forward. They're listing her as a forward, but she's more of a guard. She can score from all over, which we'll talk about later when we get to her film. But as you see all of her accolades, right? NCAA All-Region, 2 times, 2-time All-American, 2-time Big East Player of the Year. Is that Big East Rookie of the Year? I believe so. Big East All-Freshman, Big East All-Tournament team, 4-time All-Big East team. And she was actually... if we go to her WNBA profile, she was actually a first-round pick. She was picked 3rd. If you can remember, that draft pick was the same draft pick as Aaliyah Boston, who I believe went first to the Indiana Fever. And she has some solid stats in the W. If you don't know, the W is a lot more competitive than college basketball, which is why she's not averaging 20-something points a game. I mean, again, she's listed as a forward, 6'2", but again, I say she's more of a guard. But you got to keep in mind, she's on the same team as Arike Ogunbowale, who's one of, arguably, in my opinion, the best scorer in the WNBA. And she scored almost 3,000 career points at Villanova. That is crazy work. So if we see, let's go to her points. Every year, she's increased her point total. Her last year, she averaged almost 30 points a game. That is crazy. Let's look at her three-point percentage. Her three-point percentage for the career is 34%, but her senior season, she shot 36, so a respectable three-point percentage. And she's shooting, a decent amount of threes per game, So she's shooting anywhere between, her senior season, about 4 threes a game. Junior year, about 5 or 6. In some of her earlier seasons, she shot more. Let's look at her rebound total. Rebound, she's always averaged around 9 boards a game. So as you can see, as a forward, she has the ability, guard-forward hybrid. She has the ability to score on the inside and the outside. So let's go ahead and take a look at her film, and let's see why she's such a good scorer. All right, so these are highlights from her 50-point game against Seton Hall. You see here off the dribble, Hezzy to the cup, floater. Let's see what we got next. All right, we see her there in the corner. She lifts to the wing, catches it, face up. Okay, pass. Flares to the corner, not open, keeps cutting, active hands, keeps cutting, finish at the basket. All right, we see her here at the elbow. Looks like they're running a set right here. She's getting a high pick and roll. She pops up to the top, she's open, but notice she keeps moving to the open spot. All right, a lot of players, if they're not open, they just stand there. She keeps moving, she's active without the ball in her hands. Very important. Off the dribble in the corner. One dribble snatch. Hezzy cross, step back 3. Graka. And chatting at the bench. Chatting to the sideline. Ooh. Oh, she was chatting at the opposing team. Okay, then. Even better. All right, we see her here. We get a curl to the basket, post up, great post positioning, got to give it to her. Turnaround jumper, beautiful. And notice that turn that she does. All right, that's our first shooting tip I want to point out. Is every time she shoots, She does a really good job of getting her right hip and her right shoulder towards the basket so she can shoot, no matter if it's a mid-range or a 3-ball. Get that flare screen. Look, you see how she gets that right shoulder, right hip towards the basket. She's a really smooth jumper. Gets another flare screen cut. Doesn't get it. Still continues to move. Baseline drift. Dribble pull up. Floater. Get some free throws in there, of course. Great scores always get to the free throw line. Somebody got themselves a tech. More free points. Why not? If y'all gonna give it to me, then I'm gonna take it. 3? How many techs did y'all just get? What in the world just happened? But anywho. They keep on running a down screen. Curl. We've seen that action before to the post up. Turn around. Jumper. All her shots are coming so easy because she's getting them within the flow of the offense. A bucket off of the turnover. Easy work. Ooh. Decent job of handling pressure. Let's see what set we get in. High post. Oh, instead of curling, I'm going to pop out and still shoot the jumper. Sheesh. Another thing I'll point out is her high release on those jump shots. She's getting that ball up. See it right here. High release. Now, I actually talk about this a lot. I was actually watching some Larry Bird clips, and Larry Bird starts with the ball at the top of his head, but his release is still smooth. It's still going up and through towards the basket. And she has a high set point as well. Notice, like, when she catches it, she keeps the ball like at her, the pull up. She brings the ball like at her head level and then releases it. There's no right or wrong when it comes to releasing, but there is efficient and inefficient. I believe that for taller players like Maddy, who's 6'2", 6'1", 6'2", for women's basketball, it's pretty tall. For tall players like that, great layup in transition, and 1. For tall players like that, you can have a high set point because you're already taller, so you're going to be able to shoot over players. So it's not as detrimental. It's not as bad, you know. But for some shorter players and some guards, I think that it does affect your shot quite a bit if you start with a high release. Oh, good pull up. That might have been an and 1. Did they call it? Yes, they did. So notice she's able to catch and shoot the 3. She's able to shoot off the dribble. We've seen her score in the post. We've seen her get to the basket for some layups. We've seen her score basically almost every single way that you can score in basketball. With the ball in her hands, without the ball in her hands. And that's what you have to do to be a great scorer. You have to be able to score multiple ways. Look, another basket without the basketball. She pops out, backdoor cut. These are just simple basketball reads. You have to be effective and efficient at the simple things. Pull up